Alrighty. Okay, let's see what's going on right here. Looks like we are live there, and we are hanging out with my man Andre Hayward. Um, Excellent. So let's do this, everybody. Well, I know people are still chiming in and everything. You can hear me good, Dre?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, sounds good. Okay, so I think Zoom usually will switch accordingly back and forth. I believe right now I'm seeing you. I
Oh, okay.
wonder if it's showing me as well. What do you see on your end? You see me, right?
Yeah, I see you. I see you clearly.
Big and clear. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, so we are live right now, and we'll dive right in, and I'll pull up my phone, and you can look at your um, YouTube. Or actually, yeah, people will be able to check out the stream from the YouTube. I'm streaming just to YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So I'm going to just pull up my phone. The link is there, so you might want to go there and monitor some of the questions if they come in or comments. People can you can see their messages on that channel.
Hmm.
And I'm gonna just see if I can pull this up here,
Okay.
and then we can get started. But welcome everybody to the stream. This is hanging with my main man Andre Hayward, who
Hello, everybody.
yes. So Dre is definitely one of those cats who heard about coming up, and you hear the name all the time, and then you start to research and listen to um, some of the music that he's been able to produce, and you hear something that's special. You hear something that's very familiar in spirit and soul. And so over the years, we've always admired each other's playing. And he's from Texas, and so of course me being from Texas, Fort Worth, he's from Houston,
Yeah.
and so we have a lot of things in common, roots and like the things that we like.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
And so
Yeah.
it's that southern dialect, colloquialisms and all of that soulful language that we love and appreciate, and we're going to talk a little bit about that. All right. So
Yeah.
let me do this for the people who are live. I know this will be a replay for some people who didn't catch it live, so I don't want to waste a lot of time. But I just want to see if people can comment and make sure you are hearing us and seeing us well on
Yeah.
your end.
Right.
And I'm gonna try to pull up something so I can just have as a third party reference here. All right. But while we doing this, Dre,
Hmm.
kind of talk about how you got started on the trombone, and how you got really into jazz.
Oh, man. Yeah. Actually, I started trombone at age 11, and uh, it was something I was not even considering as a kid. You're in school and you're taking classes and electives. Um, this all started at Howard Middle School in Houston. I was 11 years old, and when I attended Holland, initially I was taking Spanish as an elective, and my mom decided that she wanted to put me in music, and so wanted me to join the school band, and coming from a musical family, that was just natural, and something I was definitely interested in. Um, I never forget. I really, actually, really wanted to play saxophone. Uh, and
Oh,
during the
really?
Yeah, during that time,
Wow.
you could rent an instrument from the band, band directors, and there were no more saxophones available. So the only two instruments there were left were trombone and trumpet. And I see this trombone with a slide. I'm like fascinated. How do you make music with this kind of this instrument? And I chose the trombone, and
Oh, wow.
yeah, gravitated towards it really quickly. Learned how to buzz a mouthpiece. And took the horn home. Taught myself a scale. I learned the B flat scale by ear.
Okay.
Yeah, even learned a little melody, little nursery rhymes. Mary had a little
Yep.
lamb by ear.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it was just something I fell in love with quickly, and rest is history. Yeah, high school. And later on, my seventh grade year, my band director suggested that I play tuba.
Oh,
So,
really?
yeah, so I played tuba in the band as well, and naturally, tuba and euphonium, baritone horn have and trumpet have the same fingering systems. So I had a buddy of mine, Reginald English. We used to
Okay.
practice. We lived in the same apartment complex together. So Reginald played trumpet and trombone. I was in beginner band. He was in the advanced band. So we used to meet up over at the tennis court by the apartments and practice. And
Okay.
so we would exchange instruments. So I'd get his book and learn the fingerings for trumpet. And we switch off and play, but that was a lot of fun. But yeah, so that's how I was able to learn the valves. But anyway, yeah. So I played euphonium all through high school. I went to HSPVA High School for Performing Arts
Okay.
my first year and a half of school. So I played
Now,
euphonium.
what year was that?
That was 88.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
88, 88, 88,
So
88, a little bit of 89 as well. I didn't finish from high school for performing in visual arts, but that was enough stimuli to just keep me going and motivation to practice to continue studying.
now, what other notable musicians that we know were there with you?
Um, are you speaking about HSPVA?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So during those years, actually, we spoke with him on the phone yesterday. LaRon Land was somebody that I really
Okay.
respected, and he was one that really took up time with me and he would teach me harmony, and I'm so forever
Okay.
grateful for that. But I also went to school with Chris Dave.
Oh, he was there with you.
Yeah,
Okay.
the great Chris Dave was
Yeah.
at school. I used to love hearing him practice. As a matter of fact, I would skip lunch just to go hear him practice in the jazz room.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, he always had his headphones, listening to some recording and playing off the transcribing whatever he was working on. Um, it was just a good environment. Trying to think of some other people that you may have known. There were, of course, there were many other great artists that came from that school, and they were a little bit after me. Um, Eric Harlan.
Okay.
Eric Harlan is my cousin.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
went to
phenomenal drummer.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
played with some of the best of the best. Still doing that. But Beyonce went to that school. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, Robert Glasper, Jason Moran, Kendrick Scott,
Yep.
Walter Smith. I mean
Walter Smith. Yep.
the list goes on. I can name so many. Mark
Yeah.
Simmons, who's
Mark Simmons.
who's still a mainstay in Houston and
Right.
great artist. He's worked with Al Jarreau and many other artists.
Oh, yeah. Houston.
Yeah,
Houston cats. Yeah, we were always hearing about, HSPVA students. And of course in Dallas you had Booker T. Washington.
yeah.
So it was a lot of great musicians coming out of those performing arts high schools.
Yes, it
Um,
was. Yeah,
mhm.
hey, and Dallas Arts Magnet, was just as great. Roy Hargrove,
Yep,
and Erica
exactly.
Badu, and oh man,
Sean Martin,
Sean,
Spud, Robert C. Wright.
Yes.
Braylon Lacey,
Yep.
Shelton Summons,
Uh-huh.
Charles McCampbell, Caleb McCampbell. Yep, all of
Oh, I didn't know
those
Caleb
artists.
with the arts back.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Mike Palmer.
Mike Palmer. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, yep,
That's
yep.
great.
A lot of great musicians. It's a
Yeah.
long list. I know I forgot some people. Forgive me if y'all watching this and say you didn't mention my name.
Yeah, yeah. Same here. Forgive me.
It's
Forgive me
yeah.
if I left out names, because it's just a whole array of greats that have.
Nora Jones.
Nora
Nora
Jones.
Jones. She
No,
went to
Nora
Berkeley.
Jones is. I keep forgetting that she's from Dallas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Um, it's another. Of course, Jazz Mia too. Jazz Mia went to.
Jazz Mia. Yeah.
Hmm.
And
Uh,
she's just so great. I love her. Um, Jazz and I, as of late, have been working with Russell Gunn
oh, okay.
together. Yeah.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
He's from St. Louis, but he's in Atlanta now.
Yeah, East St. Louis. Now we talked to Terry on yesterday on the phone, but him and Terry, he and Terry went to school together in East St. Louis.
Yep. Justin. Yeah, I forgot about that. Mark Kelly Jr.
Mark Kelly. Oh my
Yep.
goodness, yeah, man, Mark Kelly. Man, I haven't seen Mark in years, but man, you talking about somebody who plays upright and electric?
That's right. I
Yeah,
forgot his last name. I'm glad you said that, Justin. Walter Blano, Blandy,
Walter. No, no, not Walter. No, Walter Blanding is
Walter Blandy
no, Walter Blanding is from New York,
from New York. Okay, he made
uh,
mention.
Ohio, actually, originally.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right. But yeah, yeah, phenomenal, talented musicians, and the thing about, I guess what I wanted to kind of get into, because I gotta head out here in a few. But so here's the deal. It's all about community. When you're in a community of like-minded people, you're gonna be inspired. Like, and just being in that environment, the energy, like they say, like culture or an environment is like an invisible hand that shapes, habits.
yes,
you know. And so for me, I didn't go to Arts Magnet. I went to ODY High School, and ODY was a notable school for talent too, because of course, Kirk Franklin was there. Miss
yeah.
Kelly was the choir director, so we had a lot of talented musicians. Mr. Hamilton um, had we had some great students there that were in the jazz program there. Um, that came from there as well. I was there with Aaron Henry, phenomenal drummer. He
Wow.
uh, he played with Tamla Mann a lot, and
Oh,
the Manns actually went to Odie Wyatt, Daryl Blair. He's pastor now, but these are great singers. Um, so
oh,
gospel, yeah, the uh, gospel music. It's a lot of influential people, I would say, that come out of Fort Worth, Dallas, that have
oh,
like
yeah.
influenced the whole world.
For mine, I always say Fort Worth is just in terms of music and the talent that comes from that city is
It's a trip.
by far unsung.
Yes.
And I'm sure there's somebody in the area that we don't know,
Yeah.
that I don't know about. That I'm sure you're familiar with. But man, there's so much just very talent in the city. It's just amazing.
Mm. And so I heard about, you know, Miss Rochella Parks was my teacher coming up. And so she turned me on to Texas tenor tradition. And so James Clay, who's from Dallas,
Yeah,
um, of course David Fathead Newman was from Dallas. They were good friends. And then of course Julius Hemphill from Fort Worth.
that's
King
right. Yeah.
King King Curtis, is he Houston?
King Curtis is. I think he's from like the Fort Worth area, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah,
Fort Worth? Okay, maybe so. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Well,
King, yeah,
and don't forget about our cousins from East Texas, Leo Wright.
Leo Wright. Okay.
Yeah, play the alto player who played with Dizzy.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
You ever yeah, you ever
You
heard of
got me on
Jimmy?
that one.
You ever heard of Jimmy Wood?
Uh-uh.
Jimmy Wood was the alto player. Unsung.
Really?
He's from Fort Worth.
Wow.
You hip to Prince Lachey?
No.
Yeah, the spelling is Lasha. That's Fort Worth.
Lasha.
Uh-huh.
I know
Prince
Booker
Irving.
Booker Irv.
Uh-huh. Booker Irving. Ornette Coleman.
No. Yeah, of course, Ornette Coleman. But what's the man who influenced Charlie Parker?
Oh, Buster Smith.
Buster Smith.
Yeah, yeah. Bird studied with Buster Smith.
Now is Buster, he's from here?
He's from Fort Worth.
That is crazy, y'all.
Isn't that something?
That is crazy. And Dewey
Yeah.
Redmond, Joshua Redmond's dad, Fort
Yeah.
Worth.
That's right.
I am Terrell. That's where my dad went to.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. And mom too. So yeah, it's and of course Red Garland is from Dallas.
Yeah.
Cedar Walton from Dallas. You know, these are like heavy hitters, influential in the jazz um, industry. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Now, by the way, I'm sure you know, I spent a number of years in Dallas, living in Dallas back in the '90s.
Oh, really?
Uh huh. Yeah,
Okay.
moved to Dallas in 1992.
Oh,
And,
okay, okay.
yeah, as a matter of fact, I met Roy that year, and I met Keith Loftus,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Whitney Russell,
Mm-hmm.
who he and I became roommates when I moved there,
Okay.
and Fred Sanders.
Yep.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
so at that time, now I was kind of looking for an environment where I could be around some fellow young cats and develop. And Dallas was the place.
Now, so you were just hanging, or you going to school, or what?
Well, I was in school at the time, but I was there. I met these guys it was a high school collegiate festival that was started by Bart Morantz called Some Arts, and so
Oh, wow.
I was in school at Texas Southern University, and our jazz band went to Some Arts to play, and they invited Roy's band to participate in this festival.
Mm-hmm.
Prior to that, I had heard Roy on a record, on a Bobby Watson record, and I think he was maybe have been 17 years old. That was the first time I had ever heard a trumpet player play in what I call the church. I call it church trumpet. Man,
Right.
I just immediately fell in love with the sound. Man, I must have wore that cassette out. And then here it is, 2 months later, I meet Roy, and
Yeah.
I hear his band live,
Yeah. Oh,
and
wow.
man, it was just so amazing. And then after that performance, a number of us kind of congregated in the lobby of the hotel.
Mm-hmm.
There was Whitney Russell on trumpet, Keith Loftus on tenor,
Mm-hmm.
Fred Sanders on piano. These are guys that were all at Weatherford College. You know, we haven't even talked about that whole scene, but
Oh, yeah, yeah. Weatherford. That's
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think Ephraim might have been there. I'm not
Yep.
sure.
He was there.
Yeah, but I'm just saying at this particular festival, I'm not sure. I couldn't
Oh,
remember
okay.
if he was there. But anyway, man, a bunch of us met up down in the lobby. We were just playing tunes, just having a jam session.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then,
That's what we did.
eventually Roy comes over, Greg Hutchinson and Rodney
Ooh.
Whitaker, and
Where y'all at?
we were in Dallas.
In Dallas.
Uh
So,
huh.
oh, it was a festival type
Yeah,
thing.
yes, a high school collegiate
Oh,
festival.
okay. Okay.
Uh
Okay.
huh. Yes,
Yeah.
it was called Some Arts.
Okay.
Yes,
Awesome.
Some Arts. So I get done with a solo. I've always played with my eyes closed. So
Yep.
Roy he's standing to my left, and giving me compliments about my playing, and he said, "Man, I love your sound and your approach, and give me a
Yep.
number. I'm gonna pass it on to my manager, Larry Clothier." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What, man? No, this ain't happening. I'm in school. I'm 19 years old, still trying to learn how to play."
Yeah.
So lo and behold, after that, maybe a couple of months after that festival, I get home, and my sister Chantel hands me over a message from Larry Clothier,
Yeah.
and Roy wants me to come to Madrid,
Oh,
Spain.
wow. Wow.
So I did my first major festival with Roy at 19 years old.
Wow.
Matter of fact, not only did he invite me, but it was Keith Loftus and Whitney
Yes.
Russell.
Wow.
So he featured us with his rhythm section as the Young Lions of Texas.
Nice. That's
That was,
nice.
yeah, that was, you see, that rhythm section was, what was it at the time was Mark Carey, Greg Hutchinson, and Rodney Whitaker. And actually, I think he had a couple of other guest artists, Jesse Davis. You remember
Yeah,
Jesse, the alto
definitely.
player,
Yep.
and Danilo Perez. That's how I met Danilo.
Ooh. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, that's amazing. So what was going on? You, of course, you're a couple years ahead of me.
Uh huh.
So we would hear stories and hear about all of y'all.
Uh huh.
And so, of course, through sharing with my peers, they would give us records and stuff like that. But by the time I got to Weatherford, some type of way we got hold of a bootleg recording of a big band. Y'all were playing like some gospel tunes. It was you was in there, Roy Hargrove, Nicholas Payton, and I don't know who else, but it was so killing.
Oh my God! Wait a minute. You said did you say a big band recorded with Nick Payton and Roy?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Come on. Do you have that recording?
No. We just heard
Oh,
it back in college. We
no.
was listening
Okay.
to it.
I
You
know
know,
that. I know exactly.
ooh,
Man, how did you get access to that?
man, you know how cats do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think no, I'm sorry. That was probably by at Southern by that time, I
you
think.
you you at Southern. I
So
know I
that's
know I know exactly what that was. That was
99,
that was uh, that was with
2000.
Kendrick Oliver's big band. Yeah,
Whoo.
yeah. Now Kendrick he's another alum of HSPVA, wonderful tuba player,
Mm.
and so he moved to Boston, went to Berkeley,
Yeah.
and started this big band called New Life Orchestra.
Okay.
And
Woo.
like so, you got some of the best at Berkeley, and you know, uh, Kendrick is he's a Christian, and he wanted to get like minds in his band, and
Wow.
yeah, so and that's a beautiful situation. As a matter of fact, just had a nice reunion with them this past
What?
spring. We played the Notre Dame Jazz Festival.
Wow. That's
Yeah, somehow Kendrick was able to assemble all of the original cats from New Life.
Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah. That includes some of the best of the best people like Jeremy Pilt.
Yep, Jeremy.
Jeremy
He was
Pilt.
probably there too. He was
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
on that. Yeah.
yeah. Jeremy was on that. Jimmy Green.
Oh wow.
I don't know if you
That's
know
a bad boy.
Julius Tolentino, great alto player.
I don't know, Julius.
Yeah, Danny Kirkham, fellow trombone, buddy of
Okay.
mine, a section mate.
Okay.
Yeah, Charlie Haynes. We talked about Charles Haynes because he and Terry on are cousins.
Okay.
Great
Wow.
drummer. Yeah,
See, so just imagine this, you all. So you get into this music. For me, I got into jazz. Um, my brother, my older brother, took me to Sound Warehouse,
oh
and
man, yeah,
and
yeah,
they had the tapes up there, and I saw this brother with a high top. It was kind of a high top, light
yeah.
skinned brother holding the saxophone. It
Uh-huh.
was Joshua Redman,
Oh man,
and
yeah,
the
yeah,
album was um, Wish.
uh-huh.
You know. And so
Yep,
I took it. I think the first tune was on there was Moose the Mooch, and I didn't understand nothing that was going on.
yeah,
So at that time, I was exposed to Najee, Dave Kaz, a lot of the smooth stuff that would come on the Oasis back in the
yeah.
day. They had the Oasis.
Hmm.
And so I was listening to that. But then when I started working with Rachella, she started turning me on to a lot of the, you know, Gene Ammons, Sonny Stitt, uh,
Yeah,
James Clay, Ornette Cobb, Dexter Gordon. So she helped to bridge the gap into this whole world of straight ahead and the jazz language. I started to dig in and force myself to learn stuff I didn't even understand. And so But the one thing I connected with was the ballads, and the slower stuff. And so
Right.
this is some perspective that I want to give, some of the audience out there. Excuse me. So you learn the stuff that you like, and then you learn the stuff that is accessible. Even though I would push myself to learn stuff that was more complicated with the bebop, but at that time, there are certain components that help to really foster your growth, and of course, listening, but also a community
Yeah.
and networking, like a network. And so once I would share with other peers, they would tell me, older guys would tell me about, you and Roy and Fred Sanders, Keith Loftus, Fred Jackson, who's
Oh,
from
oh
Fort
man.
Worth.
Yes. Yeah.
Fred's a bad boy too, cause
Yeah. Now I did a short stint in Weatherford College.
yes, let's talk
Yeah.
about that. Uh huh.
Yeah. That big man was so great. Tom Burchill was
Yes,
our
sir.
director. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I love him to death, man. And Tom was a Basieite.
Yes.
He loved Basie, and
Right.
I was attracted to that school because of that fact. And
Wow.
yeah, Tom gave me a scholarship to come to school, and so I was able
Wow.
to play that big band. Efrem Owens was in that, and Fred and
Simone, you remember Simone? Simone
Simone.
Rogers?
Yeah, Simone, and she
She was
was
one of my
great.
favorite singers from around here.
Is
Ooh, she's
she still
bad.
singing?
Yes, here and there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
I did some records with her with James Gilliard, bass player from.
Yeah, I know James.
Hmm.
Yeah, James. No, that's a name I hadn't heard in years. And I
Yes.
thought James had a record label. Did it back in the day?
I don't know. I just know he had a couple. Well, he has albums out, and the last couple albums I did record with him.
Okay, okay.
Hmm. But
Yeah.
really beautiful, beautiful guy, and
Uh-huh.
he was always encouraging, to me, me and my wife and everything. So we always keep in touch. He'll send me a message around the holidays, just checking in.
Oh,
He's
that's nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but he's a great writer, and he was over the Salmon Center for a number of years before Arlington Jones took over.
that's right. That's exactly
Yeah,
right. Yeah, I've done a number of those performances at Sammons.
excellent.
Yeah, yeah,
And but we had a rich culture, like musically, and so I remember, speaking of um, Arlington, we
yeah.
just did a show, jazz opera that he did at the Arlington ISD Performing Arts Center.
Uh-huh.
And so, but I met Arlington when I was a teenager. We had this, remember Borders, Books and Music?
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
yeah,
man. I
yeah.
love to go to
Man,
Borders.
well, and I think before it became Borders, it was Planet Music or something.
Really?
Yeah, well, at least in Houston,
Oh,
and
Houston.
yeah, man, what I used to love that store because you go and pick out a number of CDs, and
Yep.
they'll let you sample the CDs before you buy them. And
Mm.
man, I would spend hours on end and Planet Music, Borders, and listening.
Yep. So what we used to do, they had a piano in there in the one here on
Uh
Huey.
huh. Yeah,
They did there too.
yeah. I played gigs at Borders.
Yep. Yep.
Uh huh. Yeah.
Yep. We played gigs. So I saw Jerome Allen, Arlington Jones. Jerome plays bass,
Uh
and
huh.
JT, Jason Thomas, phenomenal drummer now
Uh
with
huh.
Snarky Puppy and everybody. He played with the RH Factor.
Yeah.
I was with RH Factor. So, but him, Arlington, and Jerome would play at Borders Books and Music. And so I would go in there and I heard them playing. I was like, wow, who are these guys? And so I ended up taking my horn and
Uh,
sitting in with them, and they were, excited about, me. And so we started our relationship, just playing and doing different things over the time, over the years. Me recording with Arlington, Arlington recording with me. I had JT, playing on my first record, and so that's kind of how the relationship, just came about.
yeah.
But I did go on to Weatherford myself. And so in 98, 98 to 99, I was at Weatherford College. So I was roommates with a saxophone player, Sylvester Jones.
Ah,
And so my suite mates was Charles McCampbell and Sean Martin.
woo, man,
Yeah.
how killer.
Oh yeah. So we
Yeah.
would be playing tunes every week and getting into mischief. you know,
Yeah.
but it was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, another friend I put my guy Carl
Carl
Evans, trombone
Wagner.
player. Well, Wagner, yeah,
Yeah.
he was a little older, but he went too.
Oh,
And
okay.
I think he was there with Braylon,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, he went and
Wait a minute. Were you there with was Tom Burchill still directing?
yeah, he was still
Still
there.
okay. Okay.
hmm Stacy Sheffield was another saxophonist that came over from our high school. Me, Carl Evans, and Stacy Sheffield. We were all from Wyatt, so
Uh-huh.
we were there together. But yeah, we had fun. But I was like, I wanted to go to Louisiana because I heard Fred Jackson had went there. Fred Sanders had gone there. Uh, did Keith Loftus go to Southern?
Keith Loftus definitely he went to Southern.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. As a matter of fact, I think Keith and Fred went to Southern at the same time to
Oh yeah.
go study with the great Alvin Baptiste.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I learned how I learned for any all of the audience members and fellow musicians out there. If you don't know who Alvin Baptiste was, um, the late great Alvin Baptiste was a prolific jazz educator in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, who taught some of the greats, a lot of the greats in New Orleans, people like Terrence Blanchard and Branford, the Marsalis brothers, Branford and Winton and Terrence Blanchard, uh, Kid Jordan, Quamon Fowler, for the matter. And he has a famous method that that's a practice tool, harmony, ear training tool that he calls the root progression, and it's just a
Yep.
systematic way of learning vocabulary, learning technique development. And I learned that root progression via Keith Loftus.
Okay.
I credit him to this day, and between Keith Loftus and Fred Sanders is how I got familiar with the root progression.
Mm.
Yeah,
And you taught. I remember Ron Westray was working on it and doing stuff with it.
Ron Westray is definitely into the root progression, and we spent a lot of years with Jazz and Lincoln Center Orchestra,
Mm-hmm.
and we would practice. Ron and I used to practice over the phone back in the
Yep.
'90s. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, he's yeah. There's many others. Ron
Mm.
Westray. I don't know if you know trombonist Mitch Butler.
Mm-mm.
Great trombone player. Yeah, he's devout student of the root progression. It's been kind of a system that has been going around now that has become popular.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we were digging into that like in 98, 99
yeah.
going on. And then I was able, after my first semester, first year of school, Mr. Bat was like, man, it's time for you to record your record.
Uh huh.
So I was 19 and I went home and I got JT Bob DeBoo was a bass player, upright player from Fort Worth,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and who else is on there? Joey Carter, who was drummer and a vibe player in the area, and then I got Doug Berry, who's a great guitar player. He ended up passing away,
Oh no.
but
Well,
he played on it, and Arlington Jones was on it. And so I did my first record introducing Quamon Fowler. So I came back that next semester with my own record, and
ah.
I would perform and sell CDs and everything. It was fun.
Oh man, that is so great. What year was that?
That was 2000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Introducing Quamon Power. I got to hear that one.
I re-released it. It's called Introducing Quamon Fowler re-release, and
Okay.
I added some tunes from a session that we recorded with Maurice Brown. Um,
Yeah, that's right. That's right. You and Maurice used to work together.
yeah, he came in because I met Maurice through AXO. It was like a high school competition for African American, you know, talented African American students and stuff.
Yeah,
And
I
so,
remember that. Yeah,
yep. And
yeah.
so I actually I met I thought well I knew of Walter, but we did it. Walter did it. Keon Harold did it. Brandon
Ah,
Owens, phenomenal
uh-huh.
bass player from L.A. Who else was in it? Theljan from Baltimore,
What's the name again?
trumpet player. Theljan. I can't remember his last name,
Oh,
but
wow.
he plays a lot of trumpet. At the time, we call him Baby Roy.
Baby Roy.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So,
I'm not hip to him.
dude, you would love Theljan. He's out of
Oh,
Baltimore. He does a lot of horn lines for different cats. I think Doobie Powell, he's on
oh,
his
okay.
stuff.
Okay.
Um, who else did it? Charles did it.
Uh-huh.
Charles McCampbell. Of course, Walter Smith he terrified me.
Man, boy, he was terrifying cats back in his high school years.
Right? Yeah, he was crazy. As a matter of fact, it's so funny. I got tapes.
Yeah.
I still got tapes of that. I actually put it to digital. So I got a tape of Keon Harrell playing Computer G
Uh-huh.
on trumpet, and
Woo.
I got Walter Smith playing Autumn Leaves.
Uh-huh.
So let me tell you a story about Walter playing Autumn Leaves. And
Uh-huh.
it's so funny because he came to Dallas to play at the Gen conference. And so when he got off stage, I just had my phone and I played that recording for him. It's like, what? He's like, man, what is this? And so he was just blown away. So what happened? So we're in the competition. It's Walter's time to perform, and he does Autumn Leaves.
Yeah.
And so I think he had like Charles was playing for him, and maybe a bass player, Brandon or something. But
Uh-huh.
anyway, he was just chilling, played the melody, and he was just kind of shit do 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 ba do boo do ba do 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 boo ba do ba, just swinging.
Uh-huh.
And all of a sudden, something just clicked, and then he just started playing continuous 16th notes,
What?
like. And we were just all just oh man, you hear us in the tape, just tripping out, and I'm just laughing.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing, but he is killing.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh no.
so
Yeah. Right. I know. I
and
know,
so
man.
and so and
No.
so afterwards, we were talking to him, and we was like, man, we said, man, you were killing. What happened? It's like, man, I felt like I needed to make some more points.
You make some more points.
Gotta get some more points for the judges.
Wow. Yeah.
But it was funny.
Man, yeah. Walter, man, he's so great, man. Yeah, I mean, he was playing great back in his high school years, and continues to to play great. But Walter's head of the woodwind department at Berkeley College of Music.
Now,
Yeah,
really?
yeah. I just
Oh,
saw
nice.
I just saw Walter last summer because I did a brass festival at Berkeley this past summer, and
Oh, nice.
yeah, so and Walter came by one of my master classes.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
All right, I got 5 minutes, y'all. 4 minutes. We
yeah,
have
four
fun.
minutes.
It's so much. But anyway, this is like a setup, for those people who want to dig deeper into our knowledge and what we have in terms of experience. We're doing a workshop that is on December 29th, and you can be a part of it. It's at Bandwagon Music Shop and Repair, Music Store and Repair in Fort Worth.
Yes.
And we're doing something every month. Last month we had Quincy Phillips, phenomenal drummer from the Baltimore area. He was 2 Grammy awards. He's won playing with Christian McBride Big Band. Throw that out there because I just want to let people know that these are like the best of the best. and my we had that there last month. To this month, we're gonna have Andre Hayward. You
Hey,
know,
I'm excited.
really phenomenal musician. Y'all know him.
Yeah,
He's bad boy, but he's gonna be there, and we're gonna be sharing some tips and things pertaining to uh, the not only playing and how to improvise, but also some music business stuff because that's kind of the vision for Texas Tenor Academy. And so, if you want to check that out, the link is if you go to QuamonFowler.com,
hmm
QUAMONFOWLER.com. That I have the events at the bottom, and you can click on the one for the workshop on the 29th. Now, Texas Tenor Academy, for those people who are members, you can become a member and get access to all of the workshops. And going into this new year, I'm going to be doing some things differently. That's why I consolidated and made only one annual membership. And so this will give you access to all of the workshops that we'll do every month and all of the content that is inside of the membership site. But also, I'm gonna be doing weekly Zooms, so you'll get a chance to hook up with me. And right now, during this promotion in December, I'm doing a complimentary one-on-one lesson. So we got some great stuff to share with you,
yeah,
and I just thank everybody for watching. And
yeah,
just be sure, if you want to come to if you're local and you want to come to the actual workshop, it is at Bandwagon Music Store. And I've put the flyer up on the YouTube, I mean, on my Facebook and also Instagram. So I'm sure you'll see it or reach out to me. There's a number. Let me give you this number. You can text Jazz to 972-232-7185. Text Jazz to 972-232-7185.
yes.
Okay?
We look forward to seeing you all. And, as Kamana stated, we're going to be discussing a number of topics, of course, the music, um, the craft, and we'll be discussing the music business as well as some other uh, concepts in relation to creating and playing. And so we look forward to having you in company with us on the 29th. Please spread the word about it. We want to get the message about to as many people as possible. And this is going to be a regular series, so be on the lookout for more events.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
And one thing to add, I love Andre Hayward. That's my man.
I love Command Fowler.
Beautiful cat. So y'all
Yeah,
better take advantage of this. I mean, he's a wealth of information and has a beautiful heart and spirit about him to
yeah,
share and to help people. So don't miss out on this opportunity.
yes. Look forward to seeing you all. Command, I've enjoyed this. Man, we got so much. We could talk all day, but yeah. I know
Right.
this is kind of like a teaser video, but we'll
Yes.
get on another interview soon.
Yes. We can
Yeah.
we can definitely come back.
Okay.
All right then. We'll
All
see
right.
y'all.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Happy New Year.